Welcome back to English Classes Online, where English learning is made easy. On this channel, our goal is to equip you with the linguistic tools required for effective communication and for success in your English exams. We teach everything English, and your proficiency is our business. If you are intending to take any of the English language proficiency tests, such as IELTS and Duolingo English Test, DET, you'll find links to our training courses in the description section below. Moreover, we teach you how to use the English language as an effective tool for creating content, monetizing content, and creating for yourself multiple streams of income on various online platforms. If you are interested in such lessons, kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel you will be notified instantly. This will ensure that you don't miss any of our new videos. We appreciate all of you out there who keep supporting us by liking and sharing our videos with your friends and relations. Do not forget to browse through our playlists for other video lessons. In the description section below you'll also find links to different resources such as ebooks, online courses, and training courses that you might find useful for your English learning or for your content creation skill development. Let's get started with today's lesson right away.
Hi friends, Benjamin here from English Classes Online. In today's lesson, our focus will be on nominalization in English. Let's get started right away with a quick look at the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to do the following. 1. Explain the meaning of nominalization. 2. Mention ways of nominalizing verbs with examples. And 3. Mention ways of nominalizing adjectives with examples. Let's begin with the basic question: what is nominalization? Nominalization is turning a word from another word class into a noun or a noun phrase. The words that are frequently nominalized are verbs and adjectives. In a nutshell, nominalization is the result of turning a verb or an adjective into a noun or a noun phrase. In other words, when you pick a verb or an adjective and convert it to a noun, you have created a nominalization. So let's begin to look at nominalizing verbs. A verb is an action or being word. When a verb is changed to a noun, it becomes a naming word, that is, a word that identifies a person or thing. Examples are as follows. The verb play, the word play is a verb, and if we use it in a sentence, we can say Messi and Ronaldo play for different clubs. Now, if we turn the verb play into a noun, we can do this by adding the suffix er. And so play plus er equals player. Player becomes a noun. For example, Messi and Ronaldo are football players. So the word play is a verb, but when we convert it to the noun player, we have changed a word that expresses action into another word that identifies a person. Okay? Now, let's begin to look at methods of nominalizing verbs. There are various ways of converting verbs to nouns, which is what nominalization is about. The first is by adding suffixes. So let's look at a table. We have the verb, the suffix, and the noun. In other words, when we pick a verb like play and add the suffix er, we get a noun, player. Now look at other examples. The verb move added to the suffix ment gives us the noun movement. Then we have endure, anc as suffix. We have endurance as the noun. Educate is a verb, and when we add the suffix ion, we have education. Lever plus age equals leverage. Devise plus ice will give us device. In this case, we simply change s to c, and then we turn it into a noun. The word defend is a verb. If we add the suffix ant, the noun resulting from that nominalization is defendant. All right, so let's look at the examples once again. The verb play, Messi and Ronaldo play for different clubs. The noun player, Messi and Ronaldo are football players. Now, if you look at the verb move, you can say, well, the two boys moved from there to another place. All right? And then you can say we have been monitoring their movement. So move is a verb, movement is a noun. Let's look at the second way of nominalizing verbs, and that is by converting the base form of a verb into a noun. Examples. We have a table here, the base form, then we have a verb, we have a noun. Now, let's look at the base form of the word knock. That is a verb, knock. If we use knock as a verb, we can say Junior knocked twice. But if we use it as a noun, we can say we hear a knock on the door. Consider the verb slap. That's the base form. As a verb, we can say Jack slapped her. As a noun, he gave her a hard slap. Walk, Rose walks to work. Rose walks to work. She went for a walk. Play, I play tennis. And then as a noun, we enjoyed the first play. Welcome, they welcomed us. That is a noun, as a verb. Then as a noun, we received a warm welcome. Okay? Now that brings us to the third method of nominalizing verbs, and that is by converting the progressive form of the verb to a noun. Let's look at the progressive form, and then we look at how we can use that as a noun. Consider the progressive form of the verb singing. The ing form is the progressive form. Mary is singing. That is a verb. We are using that as a verb. But when we convert this progressive form to a noun, we can use singing as the subject of a sentence, and we say singing is her hobby. I am writing a poem. Writing is a profession. He is speaking to us. He is learning public speaking. See? Debbie is cooking today. Debbie and I share the cooking. He is swimming in the pool. He really enjoys swimming. So take note of when we use the progressive form of the verb and when we now convert it to a noun. Okay? So we move on to the next method of nominalizing verbs, and that is converting a verb to a noun phrase by adding to. Now let's look at this table again. The preposition to added to a verb will give us a noun phrase. Then we look at some examples in sentences. For example, to added to a gives us the noun phrase to a. This noun phrase can also be called an infinitive phrase. You can use this in a sentence as follows: to a is human. The second example, to forgive is divine. The third one, to sing, Mary loves to sing. The next one, to write is a noble exercise. Okay? And that brings us to nominalizing adjectives. An adjective is a describing word. When an adjective is changed to a noun, it becomes a naming word. That is a word that identifies a person or thing. Examples as follows. Consider the adjective weak. He was described as a weak leader. The word weak describes the noun leader. We can change weak as an adjective to a noun, and we simply add NESS and convert it to weakness. Weakness is a noun. And so in a sentence, we can say he became an unpopular leader because of his weakness. So compare weakness to weak. Weak is an adjective, and then we formed weakness by simply adding NESS. So now let's begin to look at methods of nominalizing adjectives. Number one, by adding suffixes. So let's look at adjective added to a suffix gives us a noun. The word able is an adjective added to the suffix ity, that gives us the noun ability. Good plus NESS gives us goodness. Then we have wise plus DOM gives us wisdom. We have elegant, and then plus CE gives us elegance. We have strong, add TH, we have strength. Let's look at some examples. The adjective good, God is good. Now by adding NESS, we convert it to goodness, and then we can say, I have seen the goodness of God. Okay? Another method of nominalizing adjective is by adding the definite article the to an adjective. So let's look at the formula here. Definite article plus base form of the adjective plus plural verb. Consider the following examples. We have the table, definite article, adjective, and noun phrase. Look at the definite article the plus the adjective poor gives us the poor, the rich, the wise, the foolish, the weak. And then in sentences, as an adjective, we use the word rich as follows. Okon is a rich man. As a noun phrase, we use the noun phrase the rich. All right, so here we look at the word rich. Okay, the rich are expected to help the poor. Well, let me use, since we can't see this. The rich are expected, or let's use the word ought to, help the poor. Let me extend this a bit. Okay, so that's another example we can see here. The rich, well, the word ought here. Let's erase this. The rich ought to help the poor. Okay, that's another example we can see here. Okay, so let's undo it and move on. So let's see the next example, the next method of nominalizing adjectives by adding the definite article "the" to a comparative or superlative. Okay, well, this should be number 3, please. Yes, this should be number 3. Okay. So by adding the definite article, okay. So here is the formula: definite article plus comparative or superlative plus the plural noun, I mean the plural verb. For example, we have definite article plus adjective plus then gives us the noun phrase. The poorer, okay, the richer, the wisest, the best, okay, the strongest. So let's look at some specific examples. Okon is richer than his elder brother. That is as an adjective. But then the richer of the two is Okon. The richer of the two is Okon. Okay, so let's undo the mark and then we move on to the next example. Okay. I think this has brought us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Goodbye for now and remain blessed. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video.